Top 10 rules of investing you must know. तो देर किस बात की, let's get started. Number 1, learn before you invest. The first and the most important step when it comes to investing is to learn the basics. You don't go to a battle without understanding who your opponents are. The same reasoning applies to investing. Whether you want to invest in the stock market, venture to businesses, or dip your hands into the world of real estate, you need to understand the basic concepts of such industries. You need to understand the potential risk and rewards and what you can do to minimize risk and maximize rewards. You will need to do your research and may need to interview individuals who have achieved something great in this field to get personal insights and experiences. Don't just invest because the time is good and everyone is jumping in. Number 2, define your purpose. There are different kinds of investments. You just don't invest in any or all of them without defining what your purpose is for investing. Are you investing for potential dividends? Are you investing for immediate capital appreciation? Are you investing for quick turnaround of money? Are you investing because you want good income in the future? Your purpose will define what kind of investment best fits you. Do not rush into investing without fully understanding what your purpose is. It's easy to get lost in the multitude of investment strategies out in the market. If you ever put your funds without defining your purpose first, you may find that the investment is heading somewhere that doesn't align your purpose or expectations. Number 3, be prepared for the worst. Never assume that your investment will always make you money. Don't assume that because you have done your assignment of research, both risk and potential rewards, that you will earn returns from your investment. The truth with investing is that the most investments don't promise returns except for a couple of investments and insurances like annuities, certificates of deposits and the likes. Just remember that if investments always make money for the investors, then all people will definitely put their money into various investments. Nothing is promised in this sector. Be prepared to lose money and gain money. No one wants to lose, everyone wants to gain. The reality is your investments can go either way or it can stay flat. Many people will try to predict the outcome, but the prediction is nothing but a guess of what the results will be. Number 4, be prepared for the opportunities. As an investor, you need to revisit your investments from time to time. You need to do this in order to make sure that your investments are still adjusted with your purpose. In addition, you need to revisit your investments to make sure that what you have the best possible opportunities for you. If you find other opportunities, then make sure to rebalance your investment to take advantage of such opportunities. One thing to remember before investing is that you need to make sure your investments are flexible. That means you won't be penalized if you ever rebalance your investments. For example, you will get penalized if you want to pull your certificate of deposits before their maturity dates so you can move the funds that have better returns. On other note, some investments cannot easily be changed. If you happen to invest in the real estate market, it's true that even when you find other opportunities for your money, you may not be able to take such opportunity. This is because house investment is not as liquid as other investments. Number 5, set aside emotions. Never mix emotions with investing. To make it clear, invest logically, not emotionally. A lot of investors have their own goals and purpose for investing that are good. However, a lot of them tend to become emotional and lose track of their goals and purposes when something bad suddenly happens. It is called human emotions and human nature, and it's natural. But when it comes to investing, you should always set your emotions far away as much as possible. Remember, it's always in your best interest to be logical, not emotional. Number 6, invest based on your goal and not on what the heart does. It's human nature to follow what others are doing. Almost always try to stay away from this kind of attitude. Just because a lot of people invest in specific investments, does it mean that you need to invest there too? Your investment goals may or may be different from them. That means that the investments they put their money into may not align with your goals. If ever you find yourself tempted to follow the heart, sit down and analyze if such investments can link to your goals. If it does, then you may consider investing, but if not, then it may be best to stay away from such investments. Number 7, diversify. You have probably heard the saying, do not put your eggs in one basket. I always like that statement because it simply summarizes the idea of diversification. When it comes to investing, never invest all your money in one particular industry or type of investment. You can always diversify your investments by buying and going into the stocks, real estate, business, among others. You need to diversify for a couple of reasons. You need to diversify in order to spread the risk associated with every investment you have. Second, you need to diversify investments between liquid and non-liquid investments because you'll never know when you need to pull one or some of them out from the market. You need to diversify because your investments may serve different purposes such as retirement, college education for your kids, etc. This means that you may need to pull out some of the investments early while some may need to stay in the market longer. Basically, you have different needs that have to be addressed in different time frame. These needs cannot be satisfied by investing in one fund or type of investment. There is a value in diversification. There is no sector that is fully secured against risk. Every sector and every type of investment can be exposed to risk, and diversification of investments can help in spreading out those risks into different types of investments. Number 8. Be flexible. Your investment goal should not be set to stone. Your situation may not be different from situation 5 to 10 years from now. It means that you need to be flexible when it comes to investment goals. Recognize the fact that your situation can or will change in the future. You may be single for now, but will have a family 5 years down the road. In such case, it's necessary for you to make changes to your investment goals and decisions. Recognize the fact that some of your investments may end up not aligning with your goals. Be open to make changes in your investment strategies. Once you recognize such changes, take time to learn what other alternative investments you can put your money into as substitutes for your current investments. Number 9. Buy constantly. Don't buy investments once because you just don't know if the investments are priced at their lowest or their highest. It's a better investment practice to buy constantly and consistently instead of doing a one-time buy. This is where the concept of dollar cost averaging strategy comes in. The dollar cost averaging strategy minimizes the risk between the initial investment and the current market value of the investment over a long period of time. This strategy dictates that you invest constantly at a predetermined times. The idea behind this strategy is to invest consistently without regard to the fluctuations in the prices of the stocks and funds. This strategy will allow you to potentially buy stocks when their prices are lower. Unfortunately, you would also get to buy stocks when the prices are high. The reality is, it's hard to determine when a stock will tank or rise. But with this strategy, you can reduce the risk of buying stocks when the prices are high because you are buying at different times, not at one time. Number 10. Learn from your mistakes. Your mistakes will be your best teacher. In investing, you learn that not all the things will go your way. You may find yourself making mistakes that can or will cost your money, but use these mistakes as a learning tool to improve and become a better investor. You need to understand why you made mistakes. Once you learn and understand such mistakes, you will better position yourself in making better decisions. A lot of people tend to only see the end of the tunnel but not the tunnel itself. When it comes to investing, always make sure that you know the risk and rewards, and that will keep in mind your ultimate goal. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video.